Hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Gail, and there's Terry. And Terry is from At Holding Your Space, her YouTube channel. So everybody have to go and look at that and subscribe to it. And thanks, Terry, for joining us today. And let me say hello to some people in the chat. Let's see. Hey, Cat Mama Meows. Do drop in. Thanks for joining us. Butterfly Kisses Healing. Hey there. Hey, Cherry Z. Oh my gosh, Cherry has one of the most interesting stories. Maybe she'll share it with us, everybody, one day. But she had an ET encounter.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Hi, Mara.
Awesome.
Hey, Juno. I hope you're feeling better. Let's see who else is here. This is a skip down. Um, let's see. Oh, that always skips. Hey, Dream Journey One. Hey, Darlene. Let's see who else is here. Thanks for joining us, everybody, today. And hey, Susie, thanks for joining Terry and I on this channel. And we're going to learn all about Terry. I know she has been all over the place. She is one of the hardest working people on YouTube, and I can't keep up with her. Hey, Erin Miss. Hey, Seascape. Hey, Isabel. Thanks for joining us today. And I'm looking at her, and she makes me tired. Everything she does. Hey, she's already done a show today, and she's doing a show now. But I want to find out more about her personal life that
Oh,
she's willing to share. We all know more about the metaphysical life, and we will get into that too because she's extremely interesting. So, Terry, we're going to start off with like, where are you from, and those kind of things. Just a little bit about your background.
oh, okay. Well, I was born in the Midwest, so right in the smack dab middle of the country, and born and raised. My mom was German, and my father was first generation American. So, good, strong immigrant blood. German.
So, any pets, anything like that?
Yes, I have. Currently, we have one dog, one cat that used to be one of my dogs.
What?
Yeah, he has incarnated 3 times in this
Oh, okay,
lifetime that
okay,
I
okay.
know of, and a leopard gecko who's about, I
Oh,
think
wow.
he's like 23, the leopard gecko.
23 as in age?
Yes, 23 years old.
Oh my gosh. My cat's 15 years old, and I think that's old. 20, how old do they live?
Oh, I don't know, Dr. Gale. I'm just like, I we have to buy crickets for it.
Oh,
So we found a cricket farm that delivers. I mean, go find it. Would you have ever thought of that?
well, no, but I can tell you a story about my German Shepherd. The guy I was dating at the time was going fishing, and he had crickets. Well, that night before the crickets, she decided it was popcorn time, and she knocked over that cricket cage and ate them all.
Oh, wow. Ooh, how was her stomach after that?
She was actually fine. So I guess crickets are good for dog stomachs.
A
She,
lot of countries eat crickets, a lot of cultures.
yeah,
Mexico, the East. Yeah, they're crunchy.
yeah. I don't think I want one, but I'd rather have the potato chips, I think.
Yeah.
So then, well, is there anything else you want to share with us, like your family or anything else that you want to share? I mean,
Oh, yeah. So I think my mom's family is Jewish, and she grew up during the Holocaust, and her mother was
oh,
in a concentration camp. And my father's family, like a lot of people, well, in our age bracket, maybe a lot of the younger people weren't, but they grew up during the Depression, and then they had the wars and everything. And so there's always a lot of growth there and trauma, right?
right.
Osteo. Whoops. So-
That's, go ahead. Sorry.
no, that's okay. Anyway, so I had a real diverse, consequently a pretty diverse upbringing as a cradle Catholic that also did metaphysics and more. Everything was kind of spread around, like whatever.
Hmm. Well, how did you, with that kind of upbringing, how did you end up in the metaphysical world, and when did that journey start?
Oh, I was doing stuff when I was pretty young, like I was jumping out of my body and talking to my angels.
Did
Uh,
they anybody in your family? Were you telling anybody in your family about it?
my mom was really into it. Yeah, my mom was very
Okay.
open to it. So I was really lucky. And my dad was tolerant. So which was probably pretty advanced for his
Yeah.
age group. And so yeah, everybody was pretty cool about it. And I knew better than to tell some of my grandmas and stuff, but it worked out. Yeah, they were tolerant.
So then, so when you're okay, so you were jumping out of your body at an early age. So you were developing all your clairs and things at that time, also, because you had a mom like you did. So do you
Yeah.
remember the first sense that you developed that you know, or did you do all of it once?
Knowing,
No.
definitely knowing. Yeah, yeah. Clear cognizance and feeling too, clear sentence. I could feel empathically what they wanted me to do and when I needed to turn the channel if there was something weird in the room.
Okay. All right. So then what did you, I mean, you grew up like that. When did you start like into YouTube or, you know, sharing? When did you start your sharing your gifts?
Okay, well, when I was 12 and 13, I started going to a place called the School of Metaphysics. And
Really?
yes, I I was the biggest nerd you've ever met. And I stayed there till I was 17. And, I mean, I was in regular school too, but I went there, and I got a 4-year degree before I graduated from high school in metaphysics, and I was teaching classes at the school in dream interpretation and metaphysics and all sorts of stuff, and doing past life readings. And
At what
then
age?
I was doing that when I was 15.
15.
Yeah.
I can imagine going and getting reading from a 15-year-old.
People were really cool about it. I was a little apprehensive about that, but they were pretty cool. There
Okay.
weren't a lot of readers back then. I'm pretty old, so,
Right. So,
yeah.
so then, of course, I'm going to go into my world. When was your first ET experience?
I was probably 4 or 5, and they would come in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is gonna sound weird, but they looked like big turds. That's what my brain saw them as.
A big
And
what?
they're big, turds, feces.
I just want to make sure I heard right.
There were these entities that came in, and they were, like a geode almost, and now I know who they are. But they came in and my angels would just say, "Well, just turn the channel. Pretend like you have your mind is a TV and turn the channel if you don't like them."
Man.
Yeah, and then that worked. That worked, but, later on, I had, now I know who they are, and um there are entities that live inside these geodes, and the geode is filled, of course, with crystalline energy, and they drive them.
Uh-huh.
And and they have a very guttural voice about them, like a didgeridoo or whatever you call it. Okay, so that's what that went down that wormhole. Sorry, you asked,
No,
huh?
that's okay. Do you know why they were visiting you?
Um, well, oh, I never thought about that. That's such a good question.
Okay.
It never occurred to me because now I visit with them and I know that I work with a lot of crystalline energy. I mean, we all do, don't we?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you still work with them and you're not sure why they contacted you. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So now she's going to go back and ask, why did you contact me at that age?
What's up with that?
Okay. So now you've had others, I'm assuming.
Yeah, when I was, and I was also an artiste in high school and college, and I painted, what I now know are, a lot of, aliens, a lot of ETs, whatever you wanna call them, a lot of
Right.
light beings, galactics.
Right.
So, yeah, I did a lot of, I painted a lot of reptilians, I painted light beings, Pleiadians, Arcturians. It was yeah.
Do you still do that?
I haven't been doing it, but I'm kinda getting a call to do it. Do you do it? Do you paint any
I
of them or anything?
I am not an artist, and I wish I was. It would be so much easier so I could draw all the things that I see. I have
Yeah,
to write it down and describe it, and I'm dependent on somebody else doing the artwork for me because I am not an artist.
yeah. Oh,
And I
ouch.
feel very handicapped because of that. Because there's so many things I could be doing, like especially because I'm so visual, and also I'm so visual when I'm with them, and I'm seeing everything, and um, and I would love to be able to. It's almost, I like to have a movie of it all that I see.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, like that reel that runs in your head, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Look at that, look at that. I wish it could all go in a movie. What I'm seeing, I'm especially on the spaceship, looking at everything. I wish all that was being recorded because you get asked questions afterwards, and you're just like, "Oh, what? Well, I didn't look at that."
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
you saw it, but you just didn't imprint it in your brain. But yeah.
It is, isn't it? It's like in that split second, you move on to something else. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, because you're so in awe of what you're doing. So yeah. So
yeah.
anyway, so when you did these paintings and things and drawings, what happened with that? When did you realize what you were drawing?
I think not until, not that long ago, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought it was art. I just thought, well, I'm a weird artist. I'm a modern artist, and I do it was kind of impressionistic.
Uh-huh.
So I just thought, well, that's just my thing.
I'm just painting these weird figures. So, so now what was your next? So what was the progress on after the paintings?
Okay, after the paintings and doing all that and then the School of Metaphysics, I decided I was gonna be a real teenager. And so I left the school. I'd graduated and I left and I went on and uh, got a job, got married a couple of times, blah, 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 had kids, went through all that, went through Buddhism, unity. I mean, I still meditated and did stuff, but I wasn't, you're out there, you're doing something else, right?
Right.
And you're just not as attuned to it. And then I have to say, when my husband passed away almost 8 years ago now, it was really a reckoning and a time to kind of abide and see what I felt and what I wanted, and this is what I wanted.
And so how did you start into this again?
Well, um, we had a family business, a small business, and I sold it. And the week after I sold it, I went to the Chopra Institute in California and did a retreat. And that was just kind of, boom. And I got my certification from them to teach meditation and doing other stuff, trying to figure out. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Starfish. She says, I'm abiding now. I'm like, yeah, good for you. I love that. And then just started, working into doing other things and working with other people. And once the pandemic hit, I mean, that was like, wow, everybody was on YouTube. Everybody was all the great teachers. It was amazing. It was a very sad time and a very amazing time.
Yes, I agree. So when did you do that? Start channeling?
Well, um, I kind of did channeling when I was at the school when I was in my teens.
Mm,
So I was doing the past life readings, and that was in trance.
okay.
And so, I had somebody that would lead me. So that was available to me for a long time.
And so now you do channeling, but you don't have anybody leading you now, right?
I don't. That's kinda weird, like, a lot of people don't do that, do they? I see a few people on YouTube that have, I think her name's Alba,
Uh-huh.
and she'll sit with somebody and let them go into full trance. like I do partial trance and then I do just I'll write it and more conscious.
Yeah, that's how I do when I'm channeling. I'm writing. I'm fully conscious.
Yeah.
I don't go into that part of it, and yeah, and I don't plan to the future. I do just fine, just like I'm doing.
Yeah, it works, doesn't it?
It
Right?
is because
Oh,
yeah, the writing is big, for me.
yeah, yeah. So that's yeah, because it's I mean, there really has to be a trust there, doesn't there?
Yeah. Well, it just in the very beginning, I can remember saying that was my stopping point is as I said, I didn't want anybody jumping in my body. That's what I kept saying. Nobody jump in my body. Don't jump in my body. I'm fine. Everything else, just don't jump in my body.
Yeah, yeah, keep that distance.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I've just kept that distance, and I felt like that all the time. That doesn't have. I don't know if it is like if I'm missing out on not getting as much information because I don't allow that, or this is fine. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't know if it's easier or harder or what, but I feel like I think now at this stage of the game, I like to have a little bit of a control.
Right.
So, yeah.
That
Yeah.
might be what it is. I might want to always have control. That might be a control issue.
We are boss ladies.
That's right. Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and start talking about your YouTube channel? Tell us everything that you're doing on it because I can't believe how much stuff you do on that channel.
I was so scared to do it, Dr. Gail. I was so scared. I was watching everybody else do it, and I was like, just listening, and then I was in the chat, and I was having so much fun with Juno and everybody and talking and chatting. And then I was like, I was listening to everybody, and I was already doing, cards and other things, and, I knew what the answers were gonna be, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go on."
Yeah.
So, I finally did, and I'm having a blast with it. I do meditations in the mornings. I don't do the silent meditations because I feel like, which is what the Chopra is like a lot like TM.
Mhm.
Um, I do, guided meditations because I feel like silent meditations, everybody's like, it's kinda like a diet, right? Everybody knows they wanna do it, but, oh god, when to start because it's kinda boring
Uh, so,
at first glance.
what time of day do you do those meditations so people can look for you?
I do 'em Monday through Friday at 7:11 AM Central. So it's early if you're on the West Coast.
Yeah.
We've got a few West Coast people that come in, but a lot of them just pick it up, afterwards.
Well, hey,
So,
Danny.
hey, Danny.
Thanks for joining
Yeah.
us. So, yeah. So, what else do you do on your channel? Because you got the meditations, and you do that Monday through Friday.
Do that Monday through Friday. I do a weekly, update, like an energetic update for what I feel is coming in intuitively. Every once in a while, I'll do a channeling, probably at least twice a month, I'll channel
And
and bring in somebody.
what are you channeling? You're channeling for people, or you're channeling just to give people information?
Oh, well, I do private readings and I'll channel for them their
Okay.
guides or whoever. But, I have a couple of guides that come in on a regular basis.
Mhm.
And then, like, right after Karl Lagerfeld passed, I did Karl Lagerfeld channeling for fun. He kept coming in and talking to me, and so I got a pair of glasses and a nice big necklace and came in and did Karl Lagerfeld. So that was fun. And then I love doing interviews like this, Dr.
Mhm.
Gal. You've been on the channel,
Yes.
and I love doing that. So I love bringing in people that other people haven't met, shamans or conductors or trauma specialists or whatever. We do that, and then I do personal readings too.
Okay. So, for people to get a personal reading from you, how they contact you?
At Teri holding your space at gmail.com. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's me.
So, anybody who wants a reading with Terry, go ahead and contact her there. So, do they set up appointments automatically there, or do they need to contact you?
Just email me. I actually have a website that I just have to connect to
Right.
Square and get it situated, but, yeah, so that's coming in, but right now you get a better deal if you connect through me.
Okay. Okay. So then what else is it that's on your channel? I mean, because you don't just do channeling, you do cards, you do tell everybody that you do on your
Oh,
channel.
okay. I do, mediumship, um, I do channeling, I do cards, mostly oracle cards. For some reason, my brain works better with oracle cards than it does with tarot. I always thought that that was not a great thing, but there are so many gifted readers here that just use oracle cards, so I feel pretty good about it now.
Yeah.
Um, and I also so I do that, and that, and, I work with dowsing rods or pendulums or, whatever. I think that's it.
Okay. I'm going to put this up here, and this is for Juno, who has a GoFundMe page.
Oh, honey.
So I just want everybody let them know. Thank you, Butterfly Kisses, for putting that up. So I just want everybody to know. Go to Juno's GoFundMe page. She's needing some help right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
Juno's always here helping everybody.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I do dream interpretation also.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So when somebody's wanting to get an appointment with you, is it just like an appointment, or do you have all these different things that they get to choose from?
Yeah, they get to pick. They get to pick what they want.
So what are you listing as your choices?
Well, you could have a mediumship reading, bringing in a loved one or someone that you wanna talk to. We could do, um, what do you call it? We could bring in your guides and do a channeling. We could also bring in, just doing an intuitive thing, which often your guides are gonna be talking to me anyway that way. But it won't be as personal, I think, sometimes. We can also do gosh, why isn't this coming into my brain? It flew by
I'm so
in a
great.
butterfly.
On this, you get stumped. I'm thinking it's so easy, and you're like, what? I know. You never know what's going to stump you when somebody's asking you questions.
Yeah, right, right. And, oh, yeah, so I also do, coaching with meditation. So I have clients. Yeah, I have a lot of clients that, are in the business world, and, they might have an appointment coming up with the vice president of the company or somebody that they haven't met before, and we will go in and do a guided meditation to meet their divine light and to, uh, realize that everybody's divine light and we know exactly who they are, and it's going to go incredibly well. I also do remote viewing.
Okay.
So,
So, okay, with the remote viewing, that wouldn't be a session.
no, that would not be a session.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting there going, okay, somebody signs up, wants remote view. I want to go spy on this person.
No, I don't. But I have had people call me up when there's been something that's happened to somebody and somebody's lost or
Right.
something like that. And my daughter got trapped in India during the pandemic. And so she couldn't leave the country. She couldn't even leave the city she was in. I mean, they really made everybody stay exactly where they were. So,
How old was she at that time?
she was 21.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Luckily, her boyfriend was with her.
Oh, okay. Well, they still together.
Yeah. Yeah. They're still together. Yes. It worked out.
Good.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Well, okay. Are you ready for some questions from the chat?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Susie. Susie's in the background helping us, so she'll bring in the question. Hey, Hypnicity, do ETs borrow my cat sometimes? He disappears for days. Well, Hypnicity, that's a great question. I'm not so sure that would be an ET situation as a let me find a mate situation. going, the hormones kicking in. I'm not saying, what do you think about that, Teri?
I think he's got some friends in the neighborhood, Hypnicity. I think there might be another family that feeds them on occasion too.
Yeah.
Um,
ETs don't mess with your cat.
yeah, no.
So but that's a great question. But
that is a great question. Yeah, I
yeah.
love that.
Anyway, your cat is like enjoying himself out there. I'm assuming I'm going male, but it could be female.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next. Hey, Missy. Oh, Missy Fabulous. Ooh,
Oh, I love that name.
Need some tremendous healing. Can walk. Had a stroke. It affected my total right side, my hand, my arm, my legs, my hips. Unbearable. Need help, please. Well, Missy, I'm just going to let you know that I do a Solaris Healing Center, a specific show for healings. And I have different guides, and it takes me about an hour to prepare to bring in that energy. We probably, after I talk to Susie, we will probably try to figure out when we're going to do one this week because there's so many people in need of help. But those kind of questions need to come to my Solaris Healing Center, where I've got the right guides, the right Solaris Healing Center here, all the energy right. So Missy, look for that announcement. And if you have subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you get the warning of when that Solaris Healing Center is going to be coming up. So hopefully we're going to figure out a time and day this week that we can do that. But Susie and I have to figure out something. So do you have anything to add to that, Teri?
No, I would definitely go to Dr. Gail. She's an amazing healer.
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Okay. All right. So Missy, look for that announcement. Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Jen, I'm being drawn to learn energy healing. Any words of guidance from my star families? Yay! We need as many energy healers as we can find, especially, I mean, what everybody's going through right now. All this energy, everything that's going on. Oh, gosh. My fans everything away. So, being drawn to learn energy healing. Well, most of the time, what I tell people is to start off with an energy class, Reiki, something like that, but don't go into the class thinking that's what you're going to practice. All you're doing is going in and learning how to work with energy. Most of the time, you're going to develop your own technique, your own style, and it's also going to bring up what you already know. So, Jen, I'm almost guessing, I'm knowing you already have it in you. I'm hearing that you already have it in you. A class is just going to wake it up, and it's going to give you a little more confidence. So that's what I'm hearing is it's all, and they're showing me it's all within your heart. Oh, God, that's great. It's within your heart. And that you just need to take a class to wake it up, but that is not what you'll practice. You know what you'll be doing. So you just need that stepping stone. Go ahead, Teri.
Yeah, I agree. Jen, I feel like there are just waves of energy coming at you, just waves. And once you get into being able to power them, you're just going to be able to direct them right where they need to be. And then I pulled these cards out. They're, oh golly, what are they? They're Palladian cards.
Oh, Palladian. Okay. Which one are your Palladian cards?
Oh golly, I'll find them later. Dr. Gill, I can't remember who these are. They're Pia and Chi, I think, are the names of the people that wrote them. I think so.
Okay. Well, there we go. Oh, no, that's activation. Oh, that's not Arcturian one.
Is that them?
I'll find it. I got them here.
Oh, here it is. The Palladium Wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I finally got it. Pulled out there on me. But yeah, people like to know People like to buy the cards themselves too.
Yeah, these are nice. You probably know these people. They're
Yeah, that's another thing.
Orlean and Dr. PD and Cullen Baird Smith.
Well, I don't know them, but it's a great deck.
Yeah, and they're kind of hard to see on YouTube though. But anyway, this is a healing card. It says healing chain.
Mine is different. Look at mine is different.
Yeah, yeah, these are different, and they're this is the back of them. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then it talks about relationships, not just healing the bodies, but healing relationships and energy. So I feel like you're going to be working at it not just on a physical level, but an emotional level, and making conscious choices, healing relationships. So also, Jen, I don't know if you're already a coach, but I feel like that might come into it as well.
Right, because they're showing me heart, so she's more going to be going. I mean, that makes sense that direction. She's going to be dealing with a lot of the emotional issues with people, I think.
Yeah, it's really in tune with what you said too, Dr. Gail. Yeah.
So, Jen, is that hitting home with you? Do you have any more questions about that? Or are you still in the chat? Oh, okay. Well, Jen just let us know. We gave you a lot of questions there. So, okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Hey, Dream Journey One. Could we see some of your art, Teri? There you go. I'd like to see some of it too. Thanks, Dream Journey One. I'd like to see some too.
Okay, so I'll show you some weird stuff that I'm working on right now. I don't have any of the old art here that I used to do, but this is what I'm into now. And I draw these figures, and then these figures have around them all your IMs. Like they're really strong. Sometimes they're female, sometimes they're a mix, and sometimes they're male. But and this is all like graffiti print all the way around them. So it's kind of a form of journaling, but it's also a form of doing my IMs, my intentions.
Okay, your IM. Tell everybody what that means.
Okay. So your IMs are your intentions that you can do on several different levels. You can do them on the physical level, and just when you wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I am divine, I am light. Then you can do them on an emotional level and really abide in your spirit and say, I am light, I am divine. And then you can do when you're in meditation and when you're in the higher consciousness level, the causal level. Is that causal or non-causal? I can never remember.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway. So, and then when you do them on this level in the super conscious mind or higher conscious mind, then that's where you really manifest. It's like that Saint Germain, Lady Nada. That's that level.
Okay. All right. Any more artwork you want to show us?
Oh, no, I don't have anything right here in front of me. Sorry.
All right. Well, thanks, Dream Journey One. All right. Next. Hey, Teri, I would be interested in what Teri also may feel about my experience. Well, Teri, I would have to, that's such a lengthy experience that you had. I would have to take that probably off air and ask her about that. That would be a very lengthy thing for us to get into here on the show. But maybe in the future, if you're willing to come on the show, we might really get into more details about that. But I'm going to be talking to you soon, so we'll get more details about that, Teri. But I will tell her about it. But it would be a lot to go on talk about on this channel right now. So I'm going to put you off, Teri, for the future. Okay.
I love her name, Cherry Z.
I know. And she has a great story, but it is pretty lengthy.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, there's a lot of energy around it. I can feel that energy, Cherry.
Yeah. Okay. All right, next. Hey, White Dragon. Teri, what is the craziest ET adventure you have had? That's a good question.
Well, okay. Probably
It's like
my
curves.
favorite one is going up to the ship, and they showed me how to work with time,
Oh,
with circles of time, going backwards and forwards, and the dimensions, and how to work with working interdimensionally.
so what else on the spaceship have you done besides that?
Um, I've gone inside and done stuff, and I don't remember a lot of what I do, but I go inside and I do stuff, and and I work a lot with crystalline energy. So they have me working a lot with crystalline energy and working with the light grid. And I
Okay.
work with a lot of ETs on that as well. A lot of galactic beings are there.
Is that part of the time travel? Do you think? Is that part of the grid? You think moving it forward and backwards?
I think it can be because it's all very fluid. And I used to look at it, the grid, and see it as a hardscape,
Mhm.
geometric, but it's all, yeah, it's in waves.
Yeah.
Everything's in waves. It's so
Yeah.
pretty.
Well, as I said, when I went up there with my dog, we always used it as a hammock. So I felt like it was like a net kind of
Yes.
like the world. And we would sit out there and just lay in it like a hammock and look at the moon and stars and the planets. So we have a
Oh,
time out there.
I must go out there with you because that's one of my favorite things to do is just to float in the hammock and stare at the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, well, so that would be the craziest thing you think is working with the time
Yeah.
dimension.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next, Scape. There is bearded hooded lizard at the vet. I was practicing communicating with him. He appeared animated. Did he understand me? Well, I'm going to instantly say yes. But let's see. I can see him, and he did understand you. Great job, Seascape. Yes, he did understand you. It looks like to me, what they're showing me is he was a very advanced. I'm getting a huge yes on this. He's very advanced, bearded lizard, bearded hooded lizard, and that he understood everything that you were saying. He understands everything his master's saying, but his master doesn't communicate with them like that, like you did. So he was very impressed with you. Go ahead, Teri.
Okay. I get yeah, he definitely understood you. And he's here as a guide. I don't know if he's a guide to his master probably and trying to work with him. Um but yes, he definitely understood you.
That would have been a great thing to happen to see a lizard understand you like that. That'd been great. Okay. All right, next. Hey, butterfly kisses. I had a vision of an ET being while meditating yesterday. He looked so much like the one I saw at a Sylvia Brown event years ago, except darker skin. Who is this and what message he has for me? Oh, okay. Okay, who is this ET? Okay, let me see who it is. He's not just been with you those two events. He's around you, butterfly kisses. You can call on him. I'm getting, what is it? What is that? Thorns? Let me look. Go ahead, Teri. I'm going to look who this is up.
Okay. Hi, butterfly kisses healing. So 5 hours later, you saw a very bright orb in your living room. Yeah, I'm getting that that's him, and he's around a lot. There is, I'm getting an A. Are you getting that at all, Dr. Gail?
I'm trying to look it up because at first I got Hathorns and then they were saying no. So that, but they're telling me to look at my cards, my Mystic Martian cards, and I'll know it when I see it.
Yeah, and that might just be his name starts with an A, but a Aling
Right
or
on. You got it. Or
what?
Garfield.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah, that's them. They're great at manifesting their multidimensional perception attunement. So let me spell this for you, butterfly kisses, so you can look it up. I don't know much about them, but Agarthans, and they are different colored skin.
Yeah. I think he's one of your guides too. He's here to help you with your transformation in this lifetime and as you work with others. And he is also here to bring you joy and wonder. So he has a love for life and he's helping, yes, with manifesting too.
Mm.
So he's here to help with that and revelations. So making sure that you see things.
I'm actually going to pull my book out on this, which I never pull my book. And I'm looking at my deck, The Mystic Martian.
Oh, I love that. That's a beautiful deck.
Yeah. And let's see. Because I really don't know that much about them. Oh, they were initially Atlanteans and Lemurian refugee survivors. Oh, they're here. They're in Telos, in Mount Shasta. Can you believe that? Maybe it's meant for me to find this or for you to ask that question because I didn't know that. But yeah, they're here. They're far, of course, this says they're far superior to surface dwellers. They typically stand anywhere up to 12 feet in height, and they're inner Earth for anyway. They're inner Earth people. They live up to 800 years, and they only appear about 40 years of age, and they work with crystalline. Anyway, thank you, butterfly kisses, because I didn't know that. I didn't know they lived here. They're gatekeepers. I mean, anyway, yeah, this is great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, thanks
white
for the information.
Yeah, thank you. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
Agarthians are center of the earth people, White Dragon says.
Yes. Thanks,
Wow.
White. Hearing you what they are. That's what they're saying. And they're here at Mount Shasta.
That's amazing.
And they live 800 years. That's pretty amazing. Okay.
That's
Right,
pretty amazing.
butterfly kisses. All right.
Yeah.
Next. Hey, Debbie Joyce, what starseed connection do I have? Please and thank you. Okay.
Well, that's going to be your gift, Dr. Gail. I'll pull a card on it for you, though.
I'm going to pull my starseed oracle deck. Gosh, come on in. Come in.
Oh, those are beautiful.
These are my favorite cards. These I practically have worn out.
And who are those by?
Those are by Rebecca Campbell.
Oh, I love her. I'm going to look for those. I've got these Gateway to Light activation cards by Kyle Gray. Have you tried those yet?
No, I haven't. Right now, I'm going to be looking for, in fact, Danny's going to help me, looking for the shaman animal things. For some reason, I've been called to have a deck of those.
Okay.
Well, what the card I'm pulling, and I'm going to get into your starseed origin, but the card seed I'm pulling is you're a courageous peony, you're multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. This is probably a good step for you, Debbie, is being here. You're letting yourself be seen. I have a feeling you've been having some encounters, is what I'm getting, and you're kind of tiptoeing. Do I share this information? Am I crazy? I'm not real sure. Everybody around me, if I say something, they think I'm crazy. But so anyway, let me see. Go ahead, Teri, and I'm going to try to get into her energy and see where she's from.
Okay. I pulled this I am presence. So, and these light workers come from many, many different planets, many areas. But this yellow and white, they work with the grid, they work with the circle of life, the flower of life. Um, so it says, I am presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within. And then I pulled this Shambhala. Shambhala? How do you pronounce that?
I have no idea.
Shambhala initiation. So, retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, Dharma. So, Dharma is your purpose in life. So, your purpose in life is to bring light on this planet while you're here, which is a really important thing that most of us are here for right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's I mean, it's saying let yourself be seen.
Yeah.
Okay, are you finished?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Debbie, what I'm getting is that you have multiple places you're from. And I'm having trouble with getting the total origin of where you're from because you got a connection to the Lyrans, you got a connection to the Palladians, you got a connection to the Arcturians. I'm getting that I think the Lyrans are where your origin is from Lyra. And it is hardest to try to figure out the Lyrans because their planet was destroyed and they went to different areas. So they picked up traits from different, like they escaped to Pleiades, they escaped Arcturus, and they picked up those traits. I think, Debbie, for the best thing for you to do, because it's a little fuzzy, your origin, is for you to get it's a starseed astrology um, thing done, official word. But the people who do that are Ursa, Playground Ascension, and there's several other people that do that. It's really interesting to get. Anybody wants to have that done. It's really interesting to have it done. You can find out all the planets that you are from, all the things that you did on those planets. So it's a real interesting reading. And because I can't totally connect to that, Debbie, it might be that I need to hear your voice to connect a little better. But it looks like to me you have been in quite different planets. You have been all over the place. So there you go, Debbie. Okay, all right, next. Hey, Sonawat, hello. You told me twice about doing some grounding. How do I do this grounding? Okay, all right, Sonawat. I'm struggling with that right now myself. That's why I'm laughing. I've been out there too much. So I'm going, oh gosh, I got to come back and ground. But so for me to ground is to get out in the ground, but I think you do that. I think somebody like you who's out there in space all the time, like I am, like White Dragon, like all of us, Juno, like so many of us are, and we struggle to stay grounded. And it's so much more important for us to be out in nature and connect with nature. And some people, they can stay out there 15 minutes and they're good. I think for us, we require a lot more. Also, you can start carrying, I know you do stones, so you can start carrying, some of your stones that ground you. Some of these stones like this that can ground you. But Teri, I'm sure it's going to go meditation. Aren't you, Teri?
Well, there are certain types of meditation. Some meditations will really take you out there, and other meditations are grounding meditations. We do a tree meditation that's very grounding, but you do go into the center of the earth, and there are a lot of beings there.
There are.
So it is very active. Also, obviously, just walking barefoot outside, being barefoot while you're home. Also, if you have a tree that you can connect with, I have a tree right outside my bedroom window, and he's my auntie tree, I'd call her. And I go out there and lean into her a lot because I need to do that. But as much as you can be to be outside. This morning, we were shown a pillow when we went into meditation. And the Divine Mother brought us a pillow to sit on, and the pillow looked like a rock, but it was comfy. So if you can sit on a rock and if you can get a rock pillow, or just imagine that you're sitting on a rock pillow, your brain doesn't know the difference if you're on vacation at a beach or thinking about a beach, or if you're telling it that you're on a rock. So your body might, but your brain won't.
That's true. That is true. You can envision all that.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we've now got to think about sitting on a rock. Okay.
Yeah.
That was good advice. Okay. All right. Thanks. Okay. Next. Hey, Janie, how have I had ET? Have I had an ET connection? Thank you so much. Let's see. I think most people, Janie, most people who are not running away from what I'm saying or the information I'm giving out, most people are working with ETs. So I'm going to almost say yes, because you have made it this far through this show. I'm going to say you haven't gone kicking and screaming and running and going, there's two crazy women up there. So let me check with it, Janie. Oh, that's a whole definite yes. Oh, such a definite, an off the charts yes. So yes, Janie, you have some ET connections, and being in this group is going to help you explore that and make you more comfortable, because the purpose of this channel is to make everybody's ET connection comfortable so we can talk about it and not be told you're crazy or what's wrong with you, or anyway, that's what this is all about. We want to make people comfortable with ET connections and be able to talk about it. So go ahead, Teri.
Okay. Janie, they're showing me a cord that you have. It's like this long cord, and that you're connected by. So you're connected through stardust energy, DNA, so spirit DNA, and some physical DNA, obviously, too. So this cord that connects you, you come back. You've been here before, and you'll come back, and you answered the call, but you're still connected. Like through that cord, you can, if you want to, like anti-gravity, just bounce back up when you're ready.
Yeah. I think this connection is going to be more obvious to you the more you're letting yourself explore it. So it'll all come to you more. Okay. All right. Thanks, Jamie. And how exciting. Okay, next. Hey, Earth Santa. I am trying to connect with my spirit guides. I am practicing with sitting in the power meditation. Any messages from my spirit guides or higher self? So is that's what you do, the power meditation, Teri?
I do a lot of different kinds of meditations, and you can call them power meditations.
Okay.
Tree meditations, tree of life meditations. Today we did a Diamond Sutra meditation.
Oh.
Trying to connect with your spirit guides, practicing sitting in the power meditation. Any messages from spirits or higher self? Yeah, they're showing me like their fingers, and they're coming in like you might feel a touch sometimes on your crown chakra, or a tingle. And when you're thinking about something and you're getting a download, you're going to know, because you're going to feel that tingle on the back of your head. What is that called back there, Dr. Gail? The posterior cordial something.
Just say cervical. Oh, you talking about the occiput right there? The occiput?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to feel a tingle back there, and a tingle in your crown chakra as well, when you're getting that connection and that download. So just, you might think you're imagining things, but you'll get a message and you get that tingle, and you're just going to know it.
Well, Arsana, I'm getting let go. You're holding on too tight. You're not just letting everything flowing. You're going by like cookbook on this is how it should be done, and you need to find a way to do it. And then I pulled this card, which is right along with it. It says Child of the Cosmos. You can see that. And it says the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Okay, so that was part where I heard immediately they said, let go, that you're being too strict on yourself. So you need to relax on your practices and find your own practices instead of being like a cookbook, because it's saying the universe lies within you.
Yeah, have fun with it.
Yeah.
Oh, Santa. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. All right. Next. Hey, Julie. Who are the beings that surround the Earth's atmosphere to heal and help with energetic emergencies? Well, Julie, there's quite a few beings out there. The gray hybrids, the Arcturians, the Palladians, the Lyrans, they're all out there helping. And right now, I would say there's a huge spaceship called the Athena, which that is the trauma. They don't call it a hospital. I call it a hospital, trauma hospital for emergencies like that, for energetic emergencies. So there is White Dragon and Susie work on that spaceship. I'm used to, I don't now. I do go check on it, but that spaceship is the one that does show up for traumas. It shows up for big traumas. It can hold up, well, it has 800,000 people working on it. It can hold up to 1 million people, each spaceships. And now I think we're saying there's either 3 or 4 of them now. So there are a lot of spaceships out there. And the Arcturians are over the Athena, even though a lot of different species are working there. And the other hospital that I worked on was called oh my gosh, I lost the name of it. Something simple. Anyway, so it was one that was dealing with the hybrids. So anyway, they are out there, and that's who's out there, Julie. I would say probably the one person you're thinking of is probably the Arcturians are in charge of that part. All right, Teri, anything?
So I know that there are a lot of beings out there that I've been shown, and on the inside of the earth as well to help with everything. Oh, Ashtar Medical One.
Thank you, Susie. Ashtar Medical One was my first spaceship that I worked on, medical spaceship, and it was for gray hybrids. Thanks, Susie.
I love that.
Yeah, and it was a hospital spaceship too, but it was a much smaller. The Athena is actually for traumas. That is the trauma center.
Yeah, and there's also many libraries, halls of learning.
Yes.
Inside these ships that we can go to when we're either in sleep zone or meditation or trance, however you want to do it. But there's great halls of learning. And if you want to use a Merkaba and travel with that. But there's lots of different beings. There are these yellow and white beings. I'm not sure who they are, Dr. Gal.
Oh, there's so many out there that we don't even know the names of. And then we try to put all these other ones in categories like the Palladians, the Arcturians, and there's so many subspecies of them.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Well, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take one last question. Hey, Galactic Fire T-shirts.
Ooh, nice.
One card. Okay. Is your website up for your T-shirts for everybody to go look at now? Galactic Fire T-shirts. Because we don't want to say anything about it until that website's up and people can look at it and buy. Hey, all right. Thanks for joining us, Danny. We'll see you later.
Bye, Danny.
All right. Got yours?
Yes, I do. I got prosperity. So Galactic Fire T-shirts, whatever you're working on, here comes the money. You're in the money. So I think you've been looking at this and finding abundance and manifesting, and you get it. So you've got all your gifts around you and you're blossoming.
Well, they are awesome T-shirts, but can people go and buy them? Okay. All right. Here's the one I got. Is Earth. This is the thing I've got. The card I pulled, and it's learning how to be human. So that's tough. In the world, but not of it. So all the star seeds, we have to learn to be human. We have to ground ourselves. We have to be human. We have to be in this world. We really don't have to be of it, but we do have to be in it. So that's a message for you. Galactic Fire T-shirt is to be human. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Teri, for joining us. And also thanks for helping. My next show is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And it'll be Mary. Everybody loves Mary. She'll be back, and she's an energy healer and a shaman. So anyway, we'll see y'all later. Thanks for joining us. And this is for entertainment purposes only. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Gail.